Dr. Rajiv Singh Raghuvanshi ji, Drugs Controller General of India. Dr. Shri Bharat N. Shah, the new President. Dr. Viranchi Shah, the former President. Dr. Dara B. Patel, Secretary General IDMA. Dr. Habil Khurakiwala, Founder and Chairman Wockhardt. Shri Mehul Shah, Honorary General Secretary. Honorable Minister for Commerce and Industry, Shri Piyush Goyal ji, and eminent participants, ladies and gentlemen. Annual Day for any organization is a very important and a memorable one. And I'm glad I'm joining IDMA for the first time for its 63rd Annual Day celebrations. Today is also a day when you get a new president. So my heartiest greetings to the new president and I wish him a successful tenure. And I also extend my compliments to the former president for bringing IDMA so far, and all the ex-presidents and each one of you who's contributed to the progress of this organization, and we have high hopes from you. We are sure that IDMA will do well even in the years to come. This year's theme, Innovating Today for Healthier Tomorrow, aptly reflects our collective aspiration to lead the global pharmaceutical industry. My dear friends, you're aware that the journey of Indian pharmaceutical industry from being an import-dependent nation to being a self-reliant producer and a global exporter has been remarkable. And today it's a matter of pride for us that our industry is the world's third largest by volume, and it's valued at $50 billion currently. And this is an industry with a diversified portfolio, which includes APIs, generics, bulk drugs, biologics, biosimilars, vaccines, over-the-counter drugs, so many things. And this is an industry which has been pivotal in driving global health outcomes with its affordable and high-quality drugs. This has reinforced India's reputation as the pharmacy of the world. Indian pharmaceutical industry has already made a mark on the global stage by supplying 20% of the world's generic medicines and 62% of the vaccines. It's also heartening to learn that our exports of pharmaceuticals reached more than 2 lakh crores in the financial year 2023-24, with an impressive growth rate of 8.5% for drugs and pharma. I am happy to say that Government of India has remained committed for the growth of Indian pharmaceutical industry, and several initiatives and measures have been taken from time to time. The PRIP scheme, is fostering breakthrough innovations. We have the National Institutes of Pharmaceutical Education and Research, the NIPERS, and we have set up centers of excellence in those NIPERS, which are strengthening the academia-industry collaboration to drive advanced therapeutic solutions. There are also incentives under PLI scheme for complex generics, biosimilars, and cutting-edge biologics, which are spurring global competitiveness today. Bulk drug and medical device parks are also transforming the domestic production capabilities. And there are upgradation programs like the RUPTUAs, which are enabling compliance with the WHO GMP standards. The PLI scheme for bulk drugs today is helping us to reduce our import dependency. India today is also strengthening its global leadership by expanding into the high-value therapeutic areas like oncology, cardiovascular diseases, and diabetes. And by 2033, India is projected to account for 8 to 10% of the global outsourced contract drug manufacturing market. Friends, Huge opportunities exist for the country today. There's an increasing healthcare demand on account of the rising middle class, urbanization, and increased awareness about healthcare outcomes. Indian pharmaceutical exports have great potential for growing into the emerging markets of Asia, Africa, as well as Latin America. Also, there are opportunities which exist in the biotech and biosimilar sector because the global demands for these sectors is rising. There's also an increase globally in the aging population, and that also presents an opportunity for our industry to produce drugs which are related to the age-related diseases. Collaborations and partnerships with the global pharmaceutical companies for R&D will also prove to be beneficial in a big way. India today is home to several large pharmaceutical companies which have the state-of-the-art facilities for research and manufacturing of drugs. The adoption of new technologies like the AI, machine learning, and blockchain can enhance R&D and speed up drug discovery. You just heard the National Drug Regulator a few minutes back. It's a matter of great pride for us that our National Regulatory Authority has been rated at maturity level 3, which means a fully functional authority, which is ensuring both the quality and the safety of our drugs. Hence, in a nutshell, I would say that aligned with the vision of a Viksit Bharat by 2047 of Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, India aspires to be a global hub for pharmaceutical innovation, sustainability, and excellence. And with sustained investments in R&D, advanced manufacturing, and regulatory frameworks, country is poised to lead the global healthcare landscape by 2047. On this note, I once again commend the IDMA for organizing this remarkable summit and for their dedication to strengthen India's pharmaceutical industry. Let us all pledge to harness innovation for a healthier and a more inclusive tomorrow, fulfilling our shared vision of global health and well-being. Thank you all for your patience, and thank you, IDMA, for having me. Jai Hind.